Okay, so you've probably heard of that brain chemical, the one that helps you chill out and get a good night's sleep. But what if I told you that same chemical is also a secret weapon for getting into a state of deep, intense focus? Let's get into the really surprising science of GABA. I mean, let's be real, we're all living in a world of endless notifications, feeling stressed out, feeling scattered. So how on earth can the very thing that's supposed to calm us down also help us lock in and concentrate? That is the paradox. And that's exactly what we're going to unravel today. So let's start with a feeling that I think every single one of us knows a little too well. You know that feeling, right? It's the end of the day, your brain is just fried, but you can't seem to switch it off. It's this constant mental static in the background that makes deep, focused work feel completely impossible, and it just leaves you feeling drained. It's a huge barrier not just to productivity, but to your overall well-being. So what's the brain's defense against all this chaos? Well, it actually has a built-in control system, and a really crucial part of that system is a little molecule called GABA. GABA, and that's short for gamma-aminobutyric acid, which is a mouthful, is a totally natural amino acid. Its main job is to act as your brain's #1 inhibitory neurotransmitter. And in simple terms, that just means its job is to tell your neurons, hey, slow down, let's not get overexcited here. You know, the easiest way to think about this is like driving a car. Your brain has a gas pedal and it has a brake pedal. Glutamate, that's your accelerator. It gets everything firing and ready to go. And GABA? GABA is the brakes. It gives you that critical resistance that keeps your brain from just redlining all the time. A healthy, high-performing brain isn't just about speed. It's all about that delicate, perfect balance between the gas and the brake. Now, GABA is most famous for its role as a relaxant. And yeah, for very good reason. This is where GABA really earns its reputation. By hitting the brakes, it eases anxiety, it reduces stress, it promotes that feeling of calm. And it's absolutely vital for sleep. It helps you fall asleep faster and, maybe even more importantly, improves the quality of that deep, restorative rest. You could say this is GABA's well-known nighttime persona. Okay, but that brings us right back to our big question. If GABA is the brain's brake pedal, how in the world could it possibly help you focus during the day? I mean, that's the logical assumption, isn't it? If you take something that helps you relax, you'd think it would just make you drowsy, not sharp and laser-focused for a big project. But the science on this points in a completely different and way more interesting direction. And this is where it gets really fascinating. This is where the science just flips everything we thought we knew on its head. A big study back in 2012 looked at the brains of kids with ADHD, a condition literally defined by a lack of focus. And what did they find? They found significantly lower levels of GABA. Just think about that for a second. Less of the calming chemical was linked to less focus. And that right there is the key. That's the solution to the whole paradox. You see, GABA isn't about just shutting your brain down. It's about precision control. It's like having a sophisticated built-in noise-canceling system for your mind. What GABA does is improve your brain's signal-to-noise ratio. It selectively pumps the brakes on all those distracting thoughts, that internal chatter, that irrelevant neural activity. And by doing that, it allows the important signals, the actual task you're trying to work on, to come through loud and clear. It's not about slowing your entire brain down. It's about clearing out the clutter so you can actually work more effectively. All right, so now we know how it works. The obvious next question is, how can we actually support our brain's natural GABA system? So let's get into the practical toolkit. First up, let's talk about your diet. You can give your body a boost in GABA production by eating foods that are rich in it or its building blocks. Fermented foods like kimchi, miso, and yogurt are fantastic sources. Also, look to things like whole grains, a variety of nuts and seeds, and even everyday foods like tomatoes, spinach, and green tea. Beyond food, your daily habits have a huge impact. Studies have shown that activities like yoga, specifically 60-minute sessions just a few times a week, can measurably increase your GABA levels. Even something as simple as daily meditation for just 20 minutes or a really short, vigorous workout can stimulate production and help your brain find that calm, focused state. And finally, of course, there are supplements. Now, for enhancing focus specifically, the research suggests a dose somewhere in the range of 100 to 200 milligrams per day. And as you can see, that's actually quite a bit different from the higher doses that are typically used for reducing anxiety or for promoting sleep. But, and this is incredibly important, you have to be smart about this. As this quote makes really clear, GABA can have powerful effects. sometimes similar to prescription medications. Before you even think about starting any kind of supplement regimen, especially if you have an existing health condition or you're on other meds, it is absolutely essential that you talk to your doctor first. Okay, so let's tie all of this together. So the real magic of GABA isn't just about calming down. It's about intelligent regulation. It's about helping your brain select the right gear for whatever you're doing in that moment, whether that means shutting things down for deep sleep or filtering out all the noise for deep, focused work. Look, understanding these systems gives you so much more control over your own mental state. Your brain has a brake and it has an accelerator. So the question I want to leave you with is this: are you using both of them effectively to navigate your day?